Oh, can everyone hear me? Okay, good. All right, so sorry about that. I was having some technical issues like you always do when you have something that you have to do. But yeah, so I'm going to talk to you guys about something that I know we get talked about it all the time, and it's like the 3 vitals and it's the basics, but there's a reason that it's brought up all the time, and it's because coaching is not hard. It's not difficult. There are difficult moments and there are things that happen along the way, but when you really get down to it, it is the basics, and everybody does it, from newbie coaches to coaches that have the top coaches in the company and coaches that have been doing it for years. So it's just, this is kind of a refresher, but also I think it's nice when you can hear it kind of from other people and know, see sort of how they do it. You can kind of see how I think of the 3 vitals. So let me get my program opened. Becca, do I need to record this?
I set it to record.
Or you did? Okay. All right, and I just have to figure out how to share my screen. Okay, and then can everybody still hear me? Yes, thumbs up, yeah, okay. All right, good. So pretty much vital behaviors, they're your foundation and they're your daily to-do list for being a coach. If you only have 1 hour a day to dedicate to coaching, this is really what you need to focus on. So you think about it as your daily to-do list, and also know that your business is not going to grow and it's not going to move unless you do. So things aren't going to happen, even though I know sometimes when we start out as a coach and we're really excited about stuff, it feels like, you know, people are coming to us and they're coming and they're, oh, what are you doing? What is happening? You're a coach. What does that mean? Oh, and then you feel like, oh, this is easy. I could do this. But it's when you've been doing it for a couple of months that you hit this dip, and you have to really know, you have to get the basics and know if you do that as a routine, it just, you don't even have to think about it anymore. All right, obviously, vital behavior number 1, invite, invite, invite. So we hear this all the time, and I think people get a little bit scared because they're like, well, I'm afraid I don't want to be a salesman. I don't want to be turned to be this like salesy network marketer. But inviting isn't necessarily just like saying, oh, hey, I'm doing the 21-day fix. Why don't you come do it with me and come join it with me? Of course, that is what we say to people at some point. But really what we have to start with is reconnecting and building relationships. And the first way that you can do that is by sharing your story. This is really scary. At least it was for me. I remember putting my story out there. I posted it in the group page. And then, you know, you hear all these good comments, and then I posted it on my Facebook page, and then I shut the computer off and I went away, and I had to go have a glass of wine because I was so nervous and I was so scared, and I was really afraid of what people were going to think of me. But it wasn't until I actually put that out there and I put that story that I started getting people, you know, kind of respecting that vulnerability and saying, oh, I'm struggling with some of the same things. Or if she can put that out there, then, you know, maybe that's something I could do. Or it's somebody that I know that just had a baby and I just had a baby. So maybe I can talk to her and she can connect with me on a different level than what you would see if you know, went to a gym, and something that might be kind of a little bit intimidating. So sharing your story, inviting people into your world, letting them know who you are. Post great content. You don't have to think too hard about this, but let people get to know you and trust you. So share parts of your life, share parts of your story here and there. Keep putting that out there. Don't stop, because that is what is going to help draw people to you and attract the people that you want to bring into the business with you and the people that you want to help as challengers. Show them what you have to offer them. Break down the wall and open the doors. So the more that you can put yourself out there and the more that you can really be vulnerable, actually the more powerful your story can become. Coaching and challenge groups, I think, is something, I mean, we obviously we put our invites out there for both of them. Something that I've been doing a lot because I think it can be a little overwhelming to think I got to put all of these messages out there is voice texting. I know this isn't a new thing, but for me it kind of was, because I was used to just doing like my quick thumb text, but that took forever, or typing it all up in the computer and feeling like it just, it took me so long to do. So I've been doing a lot of voice messages, like even on Facebook, with people that I know that, maybe you send me a message, I do a quick voice message back, even if it's something that I can say, hey, I got your message. I have some stuff I really want to talk to you about this a little bit more. I'll get back to you as soon as I put the kids in bed tonight, or I give them a time that I'm going to get back to them. So it's not, I know we all get, like you get the message and you don't want to lose the sale, or you don't want to lose, the connecting with that person, because for me I felt like, well, if I can't get back to them right away, they're going to go find it somewhere else, or they're going to go buy it on Amazon, or they're going to go buy it on eBay. And then I end up writing some quick thing back that didn't really sound genuine, because I was just trying to get something out there quick. So don't think too hard about it. Just let them know you'll get back to them. And then when you can sit down and actually spend some time, you can write them a message. You can send another voice chat. The reason I like doing voice chat so much is because I think people can hear the inflection in my voice, and they can know, I don't know, I feel like I can get that across a little bit better than I can when I'm trying to write it out in an email. So yeah, I put new voice messaging for Facebook, but it's not new probably to most people. And then emails, of course. And once you find like your little, I have sort of my wording that works for me. I found like that works on how I can share my story with people. And then I personalize it, of course, to each person, but instead of like spending all of the time rewriting things, find what works for you, and then craft it a little bit, maybe at the beginning, a little bit at the end, to personalize it to whoever you want to be sharing it with. And then remember, people can buy the product anywhere. As most of you probably know, you get it from people that say, hey, I've been so inspired by you. I went and bought Pio on Amazon, so now can I join your challenge group? So they're coming to you because of how you connect to them. So don't be afraid to talk about your coaching, to be open, and to be sharing your story, because the more that you do that, the more people are going to know that you are the one that they can go to. Vital behavior number 2, be a product of the product. So number 1, we all need to be drinking Shakeology. It is not enough to tell people that it's good for them. We all know that it's good for them. They can read the articles, they can watch the YouTube videos. Talk about how it's worked for you. What's your story with using Shakeology and using the products? How has it helped you? And I know for all of us, we all have something different. There's some people that I know that don't get migraines anymore. For me, it really helped while I was breastfeeding. Like, it helped with my milk production. It helped with I had some acne after having my baby. It really helped clear up my skin. Helps with digestions. And I was a huge ice cream addict, like literally a bowl of ice cream every night. I don't know for how long. It was a long time. Every single night, ice cream. And I hadn't had ice cream since, I had some at the Diamond Retreat, because, well, 80-20. And, but I hadn't had any since I started coaching. So, and that was thanks to Shakeology. And so when I'm writing to people, that's like one of the things I always talk about, because I was like so drawn to ice cream and sweets. Do your workouts. That is a big thing. And I know for some of us, it can get a little mundane. Like, maybe once you've hit your transformation, or you've seen your big transformation, and then you'll start focusing more on your business, or you start focusing more on getting people into your challenge groups, and you stop focusing on yourself. And so maybe it goes 2 days without a workout, 4 days without a workout. Next thing you know, it's been 2 weeks. It's really hard to coach people into staying consistent and following through if you're not doing the workouts yourself. So that is like the number one thing that you need to be doing. And then trying new things. We have access as coaches to sneak peeks and new products. And this is something that you need to definitely use to your advantage. So when we have sneak peeks on Beachbody On Demand, when they've got new products coming out, like the performance line that came out at Summit, I went and got a sampler pack so that I could at least try it and then be able to know which ones I wanted to order. I ordered all of the boosts so that I could have them to be able to try them. I've done the 3-day refresh. I've done a lot of the programs. Every single new program that's come out since I've been a coach, I've purchased. Even if I'm not going to lie, I didn't complete size because I just love PIO too much and I kept going back to it. But I got the program. Someday I will do it. And Hammer and Chisel is getting ready to come out. And so that's going to be something that I'm doing too. But your people are more apt to want to try things if you're willing to try them yourself. And then it is hard to promote or suggest that people use a product if you yourself do not have experience with it. So be a walking success story in progress. You don't even have to be at your end result or where you want to be. You can share your progress because people are not drawn to the perfect body. People are drawn to the persistence and the consistency that you're telling them that you're going to do to make your goals happen. And vital behavior number 3, which is probably my favorite since I started coaching. I've always been a reader, but kind of fell out of reading after having kids. I didn't really make time for it anymore. But personal development. So that could be books, that could be podcasts, webinars, team calls, national wake-up calls, YouTube trainings, TED Talks. There's a million things out there. And the best time to be doing personal development is when you start struggling or you feel like you're slowing down in something, or you start feeling the comparison trap, the windshield wipers of looking back and forth and just seeing what everybody else is doing and wondering why, things aren't happening for you or for your business. That is the time that you really need to pour into personal development, because you'll read a book or you'll listen to podcasts and you'll leave and you'll think, yeah, they were talking right to me. And you're walking on cloud 9 and feeling like you feel this whole fire in your belly to want to keep going and say, you know what, it doesn't matter what happened last week, I'm starting over. It also gives you a lot of good post ideas. I think for me, sharing like certain little tidbits here and there was one of those value-adding posts that a lot of people in my network really, and even not in my network, but just that people like to hear. So if you can give people, I was a huge procrastinator. I still am, but reading Eat That Frog helped me find ways to make procrastination not such an enormous weight on my shoulders. And I know that, especially in the business that I'm in, which is design and art and working against deadlines, we have a lot of procrastinators in that business. So a lot of people that follow my feed are a lot of designers. And so I shared a couple of things I had learned from Eating That Frog, and I even have people coming up to me at work talking to me about it and asking me about it. So yeah, if you're sitting there thinking, God, I have nothing to post about, I don't even know what to say. I've talked about my workouts, I've talked about drinking my Shakeology. I don't know what else to talk to people about. Personal development. We have we're lucky being part of the Bombshell Dynasty that we also have access to lots and lots of trainings, lots and lots of top leaders, lots of really inspirational nuggets that can help you with your business. You want to become the best version of yourself, and then you want to show others how to become the best version of themselves. So learning to love it. You want to think of the vitals as the power of 3. So in order for you to be the strongest and your business to be the strongest that it can only be done by the power of 3 and putting all 3 of those together. If you learn to love it, it's not ever going to feel like a chore. Be the light. Don't be spammy and annoying. You never know what a difference you'll make to someone. So reconnecting with an old friend, sending out a message of hope, just a little note to let people know you're thinking of them. All of those are ways to just stay present and really empower people. Find a workout that you love. If you're doing a workout that you hate, it's going to be hard to talk about it. It's going to be hard to promote it. And you're not going to look forward to it. And in the end, you want to have health and wellness be a part of your life. And you want to show other people how they can do that too. And nobody's going to want to do that if they're doing workouts that they don't like. Find personal development time of the day and a type of book that you love. So for me, what I've been doing, because I have a little bit of a longer commute to work, is I listen to podcasts on my drive to work and my drive home. So already I get in 2 hours of personal development almost every single day. And then I'll put like the National Wake Up Call or other like webinars and stuff on in the background while I'm working. So I just bring my headphones to work and I have that going on. And even if I can't totally be all into it listening, I feel like the subliminal messages, I'm getting all of those if it can be on instead of music in the background. And remember, it will become a chore if you think of it as one. And just another reminder that whenever you see your business start to slow down, you can usually point it to a slowdown in at least one of your 3 vital behaviors. The people that are successful in this business are the people who are consistently doing their 3 vitals with passion. And you'll notice that. You'll notice that the coaches on this team, top coaches, people that you're constantly seeing in your feed and you're constantly seeing on social media, it's because they're consistent. They're consistent with all 3 of those things. They're sharing about all 3 of those things. And because they're always present and they're always there, you know that their business is moving forward. I know it's scary. I know that a lot of this requires us stepping outside of our comfort zone. But that's the only way that we're going to grow. And it's the only way that you can really push this business forward. And next week or in 2 weeks or 2 months, the things that you're scared to do are going to be like part of your daily routine. So always, every day, you should be looking to do one thing that scares you, one thing that makes you a little bit nervous, because that's what's going to move you forward and that's what's going to make you a better person. And in the end, make you a better coach and be able to push your business further. And then I have one more. This isn't part of this. This was part of a different talk that I did, but let me see. Sorry, let me share this again. Okay. I don't know if it'll open. Okay. And then one other thing. So I wanted to talk about common objections. I know there's like a lot of different things. There's a lot of different spiels that you can use to come up with it. But I've been using common objections to craft my posts and speak to my target market. So if people tell me that that they're too busy and that they don't have time to do something, I use that opportunity to, I can write something back to them. Oh yeah, that's, I'm busy too. This is how I get it done. And then I may do a post about it. Like how I'm able, for example, I'm able to check into my challenge group while I'm waiting for soccer practice to finish up. People say that are afraid to become a coach because they don't have transformation. I would post in progress or unprogress photos and showing the human and real life side of coaching and getting fit. Or like not knowing that many people how to build their network as a coach. I would use that opportunity to post about how I meet people from all over the country through coaching and challenge groups. I've done posts where I talk about all the different people in my challenge, like that my challenge group consists of a nurse, a teacher, a grandma, a college student, and I show that it's just this whole variety of people and that you don't need to be any one body type, any one age to be, to do this. And also wanted to share, I shared about this in the diamond call I did, but all jobs have objections. Coaching is not an exception. It doesn't matter what you do. You have come into an objection in your job. You've come into people not agreeing with you. You've come into people maybe not liking something that you did. But, you know, we're all still working, or we've all still, you know, at some point you were still doing that job, even if you had an objection or somebody came to you and didn't like what you were doing, you still kind of kept going, you kept moving with it. That's what coaching is. You can't take it personal. Objections are not about you. They're usually about the person doing the objecting. So please just bless and release. Don't focus on what it is that they're saying to you and think that it somehow is a reflection of who you are as a person or who you are as a coach, because that's absolutely not true. And remember what drew you to coaching in the first place. Use your personal experience to relate and respond back to people. So when it all comes down to it, remember why you started and why you wanted to do this and why you want to help people. Your story is your truth. Be proud and celebrate all successes, no matter how small they are. So and that can be a coaching success, that can be a fitness success, that can be anything. But if you're proud of it, then you should share it. It doesn't matter if you, if you want to post about paycheck that you had. It doesn't matter if it was $45. Maybe it was the biggest paycheck that you've had. Then post about that it was the biggest paycheck that you had and you're super proud of it. And then stop with the just. This is something that when I was in college and doing portfolio reviews, our professors told us that when we're talking about our work, we shouldn't say just. We needed to eliminate the word just from our vocabulary, because to say just, like, well, I just did this thing, it sort of downgraded something that we did that we really should be proud of. So when you're talking about what you do, or when you're talking about, I used to say this, well, I'm just a coach. I just do this like little thing. Just stop. You don't just do it. You do it. And you should be proud of it, no matter how big it is, no matter how small it is, no matter if you just started. Leave comparison at the door. Imagine your consistency as the bricks that build the foundation on which your tribe will be built. So think of those 3 vital behaviors as these bricks, and they're going brick by brick by brick, and you're building up what you want your business and your tribe to be. And then the last thing, the answer is always no if the question is never asked. So people are not going to say yes to you if you don't ask them. And yeah, that's about all there is. So does anybody have any questions? Can you hear me, Becca? Okay.
That was so good. Thank you, Sarah. I really loved the thing about justs. I had never thought of that, but it's one of those little things that you probably don't realize that you're doing, but makes you sound unsure. Right? Like in your portfolio review, like you're not confident in this decision. Then I was thinking, I wonder how many times they do that. I'll send messages that are, I just wanted to check in, or I just wanted to do this. And it would be so easy to take that out. Sound way more confident. So
yeah, it's like really surprising how many times you actually, when I think of it, when they called it out on me, it was like, it was hard to not say it, but we just get accustomed to it. So
Nate says he's eavesdropping, and Nate says the word unfortunately. Unfortunately a lot.
Makes you sound weaker when you're apologizing.
Yeah, like when you're apologizing for things that you don't need to apologize for. I think that's definitely something that women do a lot more than men do. Like we'll say, I'm so sorry to bug you, before we've even actually bugged anybody. Like, why are we just assuming that we're bugging people and apologizing for it? Like, no, you're fine. So that's funny. I do that all the time. Does anyone have any questions for Sarah that after she went over? No? Anybody have any questions for me? Any questions at all? Everybody's like, no, we're good.
I don't have any questions, but I did want to say that it's true, like, as women, a lot of times we apologize for things that we don't really need to apologize for. Can you guys hear me? It keeps saying my internet connection is unstable. Okay, good. And Becca posted, I think it was Becca, I'm pretty sure it was, this article the other day, and I'm sitting during staff retreat, and we're all like talking about different things going on and whatnot, and like brainstorming ideas, and I kept giving out ideas. And it was so annoying because everybody kept like going around giving out ideas, and then somebody would finally give out the same idea as me, usually the senior pastor, and everybody's like, yeah, that's such a good idea. And I'm like, holy crap, I've already said that. And Becca posted this article that was all about like things you should teach your daughter to say or something like that. And it was like, one of them was, I just said that. Didn't I say that first? Something like that. Like, how so many times like we just get overlooked because we're, I don't know, more quiet. I don't know if that's a really good word for it, but we just don't get our ideas taken as seriously sometimes.
Yep. Yeah, that was me. That was an article I shared. It was such a good article. It was basically about women in general in the workplace and in social settings, how that will happen, where people will share an idea and a man later will share the same idea and then get credit for the idea in conversation or at work or different things like that. So it was teaching your daughters to say, I just said that when people do stuff, and don't interrupt me, because we get interrupted more than any other people in conversation. And no answer needed or something like that when people question you, and then I wrote out a whole post about my experience dealing with the same things, because I've dealt with that a lot, especially in coaching. I've noticed that this happened to me just the other day, actually. Oh, let me stop recording.